Hey, YouTube. We will be going live in just a minute. We're just getting everything settled here. So y'all get settled and get ready. Oh, Father God. I wasn't ready for that. Oh, Father. Bend the tissue. Listening to a commercial and it was very jarring. Australian. Why nothing for? Okay, I'm just okay.
No idea.
Hands away from your face.
My contact.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, y'all. How y'all doing out there? I feel real good. I feel real good this morning. Thank you guys for joining me here on 89.9 FM radio. I know I say this a lot. I was going back and listening through some old videos or whatever recordings, and I'm always like, I'm so excited, but for real, I be excited for real. This morning I'm especially excited because it's my first time being out the house in a week. Oh, Rona got us on lockdown.
Yes.
And it's my first time being out the house, so I'm like extra excited. So if I'm a little like extra this morning, y'all just bear with me. So this morning we have our guest, Miss Akisha Watson, if you're nasty. Sorry.
That I
am. See? She will be joining us this morning. So, y'all know the drill. Get your favorite spot on the couch and your favorite drink and get ready to engage and enjoy the conversation.
Yes.
All right, Miss Akisha. So, we did talk about a bio, but I didn't want to do a bio because I felt like it wouldn't do you justice for everything that you have going on. So we're going to allow your conversation to speak for itself. We're not going to do a bio.
Okay.
We're just going to go for it.
Okay.
So I start my show off the same way every single week. I ask my guys 2 questions because I feel like it lets the listener and myself get a little more acquainted with their inner workings, like what makes you tick. So, question. Don't be scared.
How long was the show?
How long we got? It's gonna go so fast. I promise you. So, question number 1.
Okay.
If you had the undivided attention of an audience of your choosing, who would the audience be and what would you tell them?
Interesting. So I would have an audience. Well, first of all, thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I'm glad you're here.
I was very taken back when you asked me to come and talk. I was like, me? Okay.
Okay, let's stop there. See, she ain't even started talking yet. But I want to clear something really quick. And I don't know if it's a woman thing. Maybe it is a woman thing.
I think so.
Okay, ladies, stop it.
Yes.
Why do we belittle what we have going on? Why do we minimize ourselves? We are these great and powerful human beings.
Yes.
Like we're mothers, we're daughters, we're sisters, we're wives, we're lovers. We make the world turn. Okay? Who run the world? That's what I'm just saying. We run the world, dude. So like, come on.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as little old me. No, big old powerful, important you.
Yes.
Change, world changer you. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
All of that.
All of that.
And still, yet I was like, why she want to talk to me? What have I done? Who have I helped? Oh my goodness. And I always say I'm just Keisha. My name is Akisha. And growing up as a child, I hated the name because I always felt like people were saying, Keisha. And I was like, Mom, why would you name me?
Oh.
That. But I've grown to accept it, but Keisha is fine. So
Okay.
throughout the day, Keisha is good.
Keisha.
But yeah, I was at first. I was like, well, I don't have anything to say. I don't. To me, I'm like everything I do is just everyday things. I'm like, so it's not nothing special or important. But you're right. We do a lot. We really do, and everything you just read off the list of women and mothers and lovers and friends and the sister,
Yeah.
the
All
confidant,
that.
everybody. It's a lot, but I think because we're so used to doing it, we don't really, we just like, oh, it's nothing.
We don't give ourselves enough credit.
No, we don't. And you know what? Look,
That,
pat myself
yes,
on the back.
yes. Please do. Do it again.
But no, seriously, thank you. It's truly an honor. And to get to your first question, I kind of pondered with that last night. And the audience, I would say, would be an audience of people who have always dreamed big, dreamed small, dreamed big, had big dreams, and even people who didn't necessarily know how to dream. That would be my audience, to just kind of pick their brains and understand, what's stopping you from your dream, what's holding you back. Go back to that moment when you first dreamed. I can go back as early as 5 or 6 when, I first started dreaming, and I would sit many times and just daydream. Even now, I catch myself driving or sitting, and I'm daydreaming. And sometimes I have to snap out of like, Keisha, come on. I'm like, oh, okay, back to reality. But that would be my audience, people who, stuck, middle age, people who got into the age, they're saying, it's too late. I didn't follow my dreams. I put everybody else before me, and that dream doesn't make sense. That dream is, those people are the people I want to be my audience, to say, let's follow those dreams. Let's figure out a way to make those dreams come true. Because like as a kid, you don't know life struggles. You don't know anything. You're a kid. So when you have those dreams, everything seems attainable. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, I can go to the moon. I can do this. I can do that. It's nothing. But as you get older, life happens, challenges happens, and you get nervous, and you're like, oh, well, I had the dream of doing that, but I had a coworker recently say, growing up, she wanted to do hair. She just always loved to do hair. And she's like, well, I'll be 60 soon, and so no, I miss my time. And I'm like, no, why? Well, I'm this and I'm that, and and I'm like, yeah, but you still have time. So I want those people who feel that it's too late. I've missed my mark, and it's like, no, God had you here for a purpose. It's not too late. So that would be my audience. Hopefully, I'm not rambling. But
no, you're not rambling.
Okay,
stop it there.
Okay, there I go again.
You literally just said a mouthful. So to me, it sounds like you have a heart for the dreamers.
Yes.
But the ones with dreams deferred, especially.
Yes.
The underdogs of the dream world, so to speak.
Yeah.
And what you want to do, you want to tell them, hey, there's still a chance.
It's always, as long as you have breath in your body, he's giving you another chance. So think about the people who didn't wake up today. He's given you another chance, another opportunity to do what he literally put you here to do. Yeah. Like I'm a strong believer that he put each and every one of us here for a purpose. And I think, like I said, sometimes we feel like, oh, I've missed that purpose, I've missed that opportunity, and it's like, no, you haven't.
If you're still here, you
still got breath in your body. You still got time.
Yes, all right. So the underdogs of the dream world,
yes,
come through.
Wake up, dreamers. Wake up.
Yes, wake up, dreamers. That might be the title of this
wake
show.
Up.
Write that down. Wake up, dreamers. Yes. I was writing it down for real.
You did.
Okay, so the second question.
Okay.
If you had the opportunity to speak to little Keisha, let's say maybe 5 or 6-year-old Keisha. Now, you know everything that you know, but you're not trying to go back and change nothing. Like, this ain't no Back to the Future type thing going on. But if you, she's like, darn. But if you had the opportunity to go back and speak to, like, little Keisha, what do you think she would need to hear?
Well, that was another question that I took some time out on that one. And I actually wrote, if it's okay if I can read, I actually wrote the notes to myself. You ain't fussing, you good. We don't need no fast.
We don't need no fast.
5 or 6-year-old Keisha I'm the baby girl of a lot of siblings, the last child, as they quote unquote say, the oops baby.
Not the oops. You wasn't no
I
oops. Who
wasn't
said
the
that?
oops, but mommy wasn't expecting me.
Not the
Look,
mama.
mommy and daddy wasn't expecting any more children, so that I'm that child. I'm
Okay.
the, okay, well, come on, we're tired.
Gosh. I'm
We
sorry.
to raise all these other kids with the gifts of this one. Just let her just do what she do because we
Wow.
tired. So I'm
We
that kid.
tired.
So I was always the one looking for attention because my sisters, everybody, they're older than me. They're all older than me. Me and my sister, we're 6 years apart.
Mhm.
Everybody else is like 3 years apart. I'm 6 years, 9 years, something like that, so forth. So I was the one that was, the strong-minded one. That I did. If my mom said no, the other siblings was like, okay. Mom said no. I was the one who always questioned her. Well, why? Why no? Well, what do you mean no? Explain to me why you came up with no.
Oh wait, no, I have questions. Was this like because I question stuff, but not because I'm defiant. It's because I need to
I need
understand.
to
Okay,
understand.
good. Okay, then
Thank
I
you. Yes,
understand what
I
you're
need to
saying.
understand
Yeah,
why. So just show me why you reached the decision of no. I'm not going against your no. I just show me the facts.
the
You
point of
said no
trajectory.
because of
Right.
what was your data? Let me see your data.
Not the
Let me see
data.
your research, mom. And she was not. And that's the thing. Her other kids were just like, mom said no, it's no. And I was just that one like, but why
But
no?
why?
And it wasn't being disrespectful because mama didn't play that.
Oh no, no.
I've got popped a lot of times. Because that is something in me that just just I don't know. It's a thing. I want to know. I'm nosy. I want to know.
Okay. I
And I
say
was
that a
that kid.
lot. I kid you
Oh.
not. My listeners, they know. And if you, I am nosy. So we're
Yeah.
kindred spirits.
Yes, Kendra. See, yeah, right. So I was that kid. I was, that kid. So little Keisha was like so always dreaming, always, just imagining more. I'm not gonna say we grew up poor, but we didn't have a whole lot.
Mhm.
But yeah, we had each other, and that's something that always mattered. And even though we had each other, I always wanted more. I was like, oh, okay, well, we have this, but how do we get to this? And we have that, but how do we get to that next? And I always wanted more, and it was not that people will say, "Well, who are you? You think you're better than everybody else? Well, why do you deserve that? Why do you want that?" But I was a dreamer. I dreamed of those things and literally felt at that age, 5 or 6, I can obtain those things because it was like, well, why can't I?
Right.
I didn't know life at the time. I didn't know what I was gonna, meet up along the road. But at 5 and 6, it was like, yeah, I want that. I want the big house with the mansion and the
All that.
maze and all that. Yeah, why not? you know. So that was me. That was me. So I wrote a note to 5-year-old Keisha last
Okay.
night. Woo! And I said, you got deep with these questions, Sister Angie. But I would like to let little Keisha know that it's okay for you to have those big dreams. That they are so big that they even scare you. Not everyone, including yourself, will understand the significance that those dreams will have in your future. You dreaming big will open up the door for so many others who are afraid to follow their dreams. Others who may need resources, funding, direction, or just a way of life on how to accomplish those dreams. And because of your big dreams of providing those things, such as funding, resources, information, direction, it will all be worth the late nights, the fear, the uncertainty, because your dreams will help others reach their dreams. And that's what I would have told 5-year-old Keisha. Um,
Wow.
to, no matter what others say, no matter the people. So, just to get off track, I had a chemistry teacher in high school. I said to him, I think the question was, what are you going to do when you get older? I was like, oh, I'm going to work in television. And he stopped and said something to the fact where, well, the neighborhood you live in, and you have to be more realistic and get a job like something you can do and a CNA or something that's attainable. I work in the television. That's for Hollywood people. And look where
Wow.
you at. And and I was like, whoa. And at the time, it didn't affect me, quote unquote, but it did
Mm-hmm.
because I, went to Columbia College, and every time I would try to move up that in my head, who do you think you are that you can,
Mm.
But what he didn't know is at the age of 9, I grew up working in television and cameras, and I had already had the experience. He didn't know that,
Right.
but his assumption was, "Who are you to think that you can do that?" And subconsciously, I let that affect me throughout my, my life. So I would even go back to that high school Keisha and say, "That's what his perception is. It's not yours." And so talking to my old self, just letting what other people think or say, just doesn't matter.
Mm. I have so many questions. The first
Okay.
one, the teacher.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Why? Why we do that?
Yeah.
Like,
And I was like, well, why you so mad? I mean, he was, Kitchen, I could see his face. He was like mad. I was like, why you mad?
what
Because
you mad for?
you wanted to be a chemistry teacher. You honestly did it.
Right,
I want to
sir.
work as a television producer, and it's unattainable. Okay.
So I have this thing about dream killers. I
Mm.
think that's why I have a heart for kids, which is funny because I used to couldn't stand kids, and everybody who knows me knows that.
I don't like it,
I'm not sorry.
but I have to.
I I'm not sorry. Up until like I was good in 30. I couldn't stand them, didn't want them, none of that. But now I have such a heart for kids because it's almost like I want to do like this. I want to put my hands over their
Mm.
ears and filter what they hear and what is spoken to and over these babies because like you just said, you thought it didn't affect you as young Keisha,
Yeah.
but his words still ring and you are good and grown.
Good and grown.
What I despise
Yeah.
is for in me in my adult years, don't tell me what I can't do.
Yeah.
I'm going to, in some cases, make it a point to show you that I can. Just because it didn't work for you,
Hello.
just because you weren't successful in that area, just because you didn't make any headroom in that area, just because it did not work for you,
Yeah.
does not mean that it's not going to work for me. And don't be projecting your failure and your resentment and all that
On me.
anyone. Thank you.
Because why were you so
Why were you? He was big man, huh?
He was, and that, like you just said, I did at the time. I was like, okay, whatever, because I knew what I had been taught, and I knew what I knew people who worked in that field. I knew people who worked for Oprah, who worked for Steve Harvey show. I knew people who worked in that field. So I was like, well, it is attainable because I know people who and. Look at all of the television producer African American women now, Mona Scott Young. The people who have all these shows we may not like. I don't even know the shows that she do. I think
Don't
Love
like,
and Hip Hop,
but we
but
know her name,
right,
though.
we know her name, and I'm like, so it was attainable. It
Yeah.
it was, and like you say, I thought it didn't affect me, but as life went on, I would try to do something, and in the back of my mind, I would hear that little, "Who are you to be realistic? Get a regular job, get you something that's gonna pay the bills, not that." And I'm like, so I make it my business now to tell my two young daughters, you can do whatever you want to do. Whatever, I
Don't
don't.
you look into the camera and say that.
You can do whatever you want to do. And I preach this to them, and to the point that I'm like, I know they like, where's she going? Yeah. But I know what it's like to have that dream and have somebody that, you look up to a teacher, you would
Yeah.
think out of you a teacher.
Right. You're supposed to inspire you.
Like, he missed class that day when they talked that about inspiring the kids, because I was like, okay, all right. But so I do. So like you said, with the kids, I try to tell my daughters, listen, because one, she's like, oh, I want to do real estate, and I'm like, okay, well, let's get you some classes. Let's learn the game. And the other one, she's like, well, I want to knock down the walls like daddy. Okay, let's get you a hammer. Like, I don't want you to do that, but you want to put on the, go ahead.
I
Because
love
I'm
it.
like, that's what you dream to do, and I'm like, okay, and I believe they're going to go far with it because they have us pushing them and letting them know that it's okay to have those dreams. You want to rent a big, she wants to renovate a big 6 flat building. Okay, let's figure out how to do it. Not, girl, what are you doing? No, that's not what you do. And it's like I say, I wish the chemistry teacher well. Mm-hmm.
I wrote them.
I forgive it and moved on, but I haven't forgotten.
Right.
I haven't forgotten at all.
Oh, Father. Okay. So I think this is a perfect segue into the next question.
Okay.
What I really picked out, just a few, like what you were saying, you were like, My daughter said, I want to do real estate. Okay, let's get you some classes. Your other daughter said, hey, I want to knock down a wall like daddy. You said, okay, let me get you a hammer.
Yeah.
I love how your mind instantly thinks, okay, this is what you want. What tool is necessary in order to make this happen? Like it just looks like you're just made that way. So here comes this
Mm.
business Dream Big 1224 Foundation. That's a lot.
I love the way it sounds.
Dream Big 1224 Foundation. So
Yes.
I'm gonna need to give you the rundown, the business, the name, the purpose, the vision. What is the significance? I feel like there's a story behind the name.
It is a long
That's all right. We got
story.
time.
No.
We're here for it.
So, yes. So, well, I'll say this. How when my daughter said she wants to do this and the other one said she wants to do that, it came to me just like that. Oh, well, you need this. Let's get you this. I can come up with a plan and action just like that
Mhm,
for other people.
mhm.
And my husband's like, you have this gift where somebody could tell you something and within 5 minutes you have like a whole plan and solution. I'm like, yeah, it's weird. And I'll tell people sometimes, I'll say, you may tell me something and it may take me a while and I may just, look at you and I'm like, is she listening? I'm like, no, I'm listening, but I'm in my
Formulate.
mind, I'm formulating. I'm like, okay. And sometimes some things come just like that. Sometimes it takes weeks. I can be woken up out of my sleep and I'm like, oh, Andrea should do blah, 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 blah. And I'm writing down because I can see it clearly. And my husband's like, that's a gift. And I'm like, oh, no, it's not because I've been doing it for so long. But when it comes to me, child, listen, what year we on? It took a while to get to Dream Big 1224 Foundation because I'm a pat myself on the back. I'm good at a lot of things that it was hard to choose what I wanted to do.
Okay.
So I'm a planner, I'm an organizer, I'm an event planner. I've done weddings, I work in television, I've worked for one of the biggest pastors in Chicago as his marketing and media person. I know how to do a lot of things. But yet when it came down to I work in finance, so it's like I can do a
Okay.
lot. And I'm not bragging, but it took a minute.
Brag,
I
girlfriend.
can do it all. No.
Shoot.
But it took a minute for me to really figure out what I love to do because I was so good at it so much. So it took a lot, and it took a lot of me starting this business. I had a wedding planning business, and I had a party planning business, and I can do your taxes if you need me to do your taxes. You need marketing. I can help with marketing. You need a book. Okay, I can proofread it. I can do a lot, and it was like, okay, I can do it. But it was still not what made me happy.
Okay.
But what I would notice is I would get calls from friends, family who would call and just talk and say, "Oh, I want to do this." And I had a friend. I think her husband wanted to go to truck driving school,
Mm-hmm.
and she said he wants to go to truck driving school, but we just don't have the money right now. And if we had the money, it wouldn't be nothing for him to just go and learn, and then he could eventually get his own truck and then buy another truck and have workers. And I saw the vision, I saw the plan, and I was like, wow. And I was like, well, okay, if he had the money, he could do that. Got it. Then I had a family member who wanted to go to hair school. And she was like, oh, my family wanted me to go to college. I didn't want to do the 4-year college, but I wanted to go to hair school. And I'm not going to say they didn't believe in her, but it was like, well, no, you need to go to school. And she was like, if I just had the money to go to hair school and, get my hair, license, and then I could work in the shop and I can make the money that I need to make. Was that me? I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Look, it scared me. I said, sorry, y'all, that's my bracelet. And she was like, if I had the money and if I just had the support and if I knew what school to go to, because maybe I don't have to go to, Dudley, maybe I could go somewhere else and get my license in 9 months instead of 24 months. And I was like, ding, 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 ding. If she had the funding, if she had the resources, if she knew, and I got to researching, okay, well, call this person here, call, this person. And that's how it came about. And I was like, if I had something that when people came to me that had those dreams of being whatever they wanted to be, if they needed the funding, if they needed the resources, the information, if I could provide that in some way, that would give me great joy. I was like, and I would be happy, and I don't have to get paid for it. I would be look and see that face. That's the face Mr. Watson always makes. He's like,
ma'am.
he if he's listening, he's like, yep, she does not want to get paid. And he's like, you need to
Ma'am.
charge these people. I'm like, no,
Mm-hmm.
because that's what I To me, my payment is seeing that person follow their dreams, getting
Mhm.
that resource, getting that's payment enough. And I've had a family member who she was like, girl, you encouraged me so I went back and I got my degree and I got a job and making more money and I'm doing this and she bought a big old house and she doing all this and I was like, ooh, well give me some of that
See,
encouragement. It's like, how it works for
yeah.
you. But me providing those resources and that encouragement to her caused her to do the number one thing that I tell everybody. You can have big dreams, you can do all that. But if you don't put in the work
Yeah,
that it takes,
it's gonna be a dream.
it's gonna be a dream. And it's you just gonna be asleep. And I'm like, I need you to wake up. I need you to wake
Wake
up.
up, dreamers. That's the name of this
I need you to
episode, by
wake
the way.
up.
Wake up, dreamers.
So that's how the Dream Big came about. And the 12/24 is actually my birthday. Yeah, I'm a
Oh,
Christmas Eve baby.
Christmas Eve,
I'm a
baby.
Christmas. I get gypped, y'all. I don't get double
I was
gifts.
just about to
No.
ask you.
Mm-hmm.
Aw, that's messed up. You
It
guys
is.
owe
Mm-hmm.
her.
Y'all listen. I need 2 gifts.
Two, it's Christmas Eve. That's her birthday. That's a special occasion.
Thank you.
And then the following day is Christmas. Recompense be yours
Yes.
in the name of
Ha!
Jesus.
Correct. So that's how the 12/24 came about because once again, sleep one night I was like, Lord, I need a something catchy. I need a name. And 12/24 came about because I feel that 12 months a year, 24 hours a day, you should be dreaming big.
Oh, that's what
Yeah.
I needed. I was like, I know it's a hook in there somewhere.
That's the hook. You should be dreaming 12 months a year, 24 hours a day. Don't let nobody stop those dreams. Even when you sleep, you should be dreaming. You should be envisioning your future. You should be envisioning what you want and then speak it. You got to envision it, dream it, speak it.
And get
Most
to work.
importantly, you got to get to work.
Dream big 12,
Dream
24.
big.
Now it all comes together.
That's how the name came about. And
I
it
love
took a
it.
lot of crying and long nights and then I don't know what I'm gonna do and I'm gonna quit my job and stay home and then I'm gonna go back to work and Mr. Watson's like, okay, what you gonna do? And I'm like, I'm gonna do it. He's like, I got you. Just let me know what you want to do. But
I
that's the thing.
love
I didn't know what I
it.
wanted to do. I knew what I wanted to do, but it was hard for me to put it on paper for somebody that can come up with ideas for other people at the
In
drop
a
of a
heartbeat.
hat. I was like, okay, but it's here. It's finally, I got it now.
So how long is this? Because you said, I just want, and this
Mm.
is not meant to discourage you.
No,
It's meant to let people know that there is work involved,
a lot of work.
a lot of prayer. So it takes, and sometimes it takes time. So how long? What was the process like of you getting this ball rolling?
I'll say we've been married 18 years. So about 10 years or more.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I jumped in and that's the thing, like I said, with me saying, oh, I can do everything. I did and dab in everything.
Mm-hmm.
But yet I wasn't fulfilled. I wasn't and that's why I said I can do this and not be paid because I see people who I've encouraged or inspired or given a word or said listen here, this is what you need to do ABC, and they've gotten to that place where they're like, I'm here, yes, that's payment enough, that was worth more than a paycheck.
She's sorry, Mr. Watson.
I'm sorry, babe. I'm gonna get paid.
Yes, you
I'm gonna
are.
get paid. As long as you with me, you never go broke. I'm sorry.
So you have this foundation
Yes.
that takes those underdogs of the dreamer world, for lack of better roof, and then you bring them in, and you said there is funding, there is guidance, there is structure,
Yes.
there is strategy,
Yes.
and this is straight from the mind of
Us
Akisha
working
Watson.
together. Yes. Akisha. So it's pretty much me not taking your dream or your business and me running with it and me telling you I'm gonna do this. No, it's providing you with whatever you need. Because some people come in, they have the business plan. They have the so my husband, he 2014, he's like, I'm not going back to work. Huh?
Say that again. Come again.
We're married to two young girls, and he was a manager for retail stores,
Mhm.
huge stores. I don't know if I could say the names, but he was manager, good money, bonuses, insurance, benefits, all of that. And he's like, okay, yeah, I'm not going back to work.
Mhm.
Okay, Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You got a plan? Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Yeah. He said, I'm gonna just start my own business. I could do this. I'm gonna do that. Okay. Yeah. All right. So no more bonuses, right? Because I got an expensive eye, so I'm like, okay. No more fur coats. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. He's like, no, you're gonna get that. Oh, okay. As long as I'm getting to go ahead and start the business. But other than that, I was like, oh, okay. And he had the business plan. He had it, and he's like, okay, I got the business plan, and but he didn't have the structure, and he didn't have the realization of how do I get from here to the next thing. And so I was like, okay, well, let's do research. Let's look
okay.
at companies who's doing what you're doing. And that's what I provided. I provided and say, okay, this company's doing it this way. Let's get you a website. Let's set your website up like this. Let's do
You set up
a
websites?
website.
You...
No, no, mm-mm.
Okay, I'm just
Yeah,
making sure.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
carry
See,
on.
I do all that. I told you I can do a lot. And it was getting the structure and getting it in place. And, let's set up your EIN number and let's get your, business name. Let's get you legal. We want you illegal out here. Let's
Yeah.
get you legal. So, just providing that for him. And then someone else may come and say, well, I have all of that. I got all of that. But I need some money. I need the funding. I need to pay for that website. I need to pay for those business cards. I need to put a commercial out there. How do I do that? I don't know a photographer. I don't know a videographer. Oh, I do. I have, because remember, 9 years old,
Connections.
Keisha worked with people who
Mm-hmm.
worked with Oprah, has worked with a lot of people. I know those people. Oh, you need business cards. Okay, let's set you up on you. You don't have the money to pay a designer or editor to do that. Let's get you Vistaprint. Get you some cards.
Yeah.
I got you. So just and you, I think we think that people know these things. Like, well, who don't know Vistaprint? Who don't know to go to Kinko's? A lot of people don't.
Right.
So just me providing quote unquote resources and say, oh well, let's get you this. If you can afford to get the website that costs 2,000, fine. If not, let's get you
Someday.
someday.
Mm-hmm.
But if not, let's get you a landing page. Let's get you something that's gonna set you up to get to that next website that's $2,500. Because
Mm-hmm.
but let's get you started. So that's where the foundation comes in. We're providing resources and people who's in the professional world, and they may say, well, here's my resume. I need somebody to look at it. I've only worked in this job for so long, and we have somebody that's a resume coach that could come in and say, okay, do ABC. Let's set you up for interview tips and questions, and let's prepare you for the interview, and let's get you to the next job or the next position that you're aiming for. So those are the resources, and then you have people who need the funding. So like the young lady who wanted to go to hair school, she says, okay, I need 1,500. Where the foundation will come in is that you have to come in. You can't just come and get free money. It's not like
That was
that.
my next question. I was
No,
like, I
no free
need
money. I
people
wish
hear this description and they're like, oh, free money. No, fam.
one day I might be able to just make it rain.
Okay. I want to be in the building.
Make it rain. I can't yet. Look, there's laws we have to follow with
Yes.
these nonprofits.
So let's clarify.
Clarify.
Ain't no handouts happening over here, partner. Okay, go ahead.
You have to have a solid, you got to have something. You got, I love stories. I love to hear everybody's story. And I sit and cry with people, because I had, this is funny. Recently, I had someone do my makeup. And when I told her what the foundation was, and she went into a story, I mean, she had us, and I tell my husband, have your story ready. You ever see those people on the boss show, Undercover Boss?
Yeah.
Everybody got a story. Everybody cried.
Story.
I was like, you gotta have your story ready. And she had that story ready. And I was like, ooh, and I'm crying, and she trying to, blend the concealer. And I'm like, ooh. And I'm like, okay, well, give me, the information. Oh, you don't just give the money. No, we'll just give you money. You gotta have the information ready. You gotta have
yourself.
No, I wish I could just give you a couple thousand. I don't have it like that yet. And if I did, but come with me and come to us with your business plan or your dream. Write your dream out. And if you don't know how to write the business plan, we can help you with that.
Mm-hmm.
We have people that'll be able to help with that. So come with your dream. Let us know what your dream is. And we'll put into action an action plan together with you. We'll help you out and say, okay, you want to go to hair school. So how long is it going to take you to go to hair school? You going to work part-time? You going to, do you need money with food? Do you need help with, what you need help with? And they may just, I just need somebody to pay for my books. I got a scholarship or a grant money from the state. I just need somebody to pay for the books. Now that we know what you're doing and how you're going to get there, we can help provide, if not all of that funding, some of that funding to get you to that next level, to get you to get that license or that degree, or get you to that next position. You may say, oh, I'm working in finance and I want to be the controller, but I got to go back to school and finish my bachelor's degree. And, the credit hours are this. Okay, let us help you pay for that. And when you get that degree and you get that job, that's my payment. That's my payment. So, yeah.
She keeps saying that, Mr. Watson.
I'm sorry, babe.
Questions.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna get paid.
You are gonna get paid because it sounds like so. It's more than you just being like a business consultant. Because a business consultant, they come in and they get paid to tell people what to do. But you sound like you're actually partnering with these people, and in some cases, providing resources to jump or boost them to that next like level.
Yeah.
Which sounds like really awesome. I was going to ask what inspired this, but I think that you were dead on when you said it's a gift.
Yeah. And me wanting to, so just like I said with my husband, he had the business plan, and he was like, oh, you got to pay this to get that. Oh, okay. Well, you got to pay money to get, to get this. And when you running a business, you have to pay an accountant and you have to pay this. And you may not be making no money yet,
Right.
But and I was like, man, if we had somebody who just believed in the dream to throw a couple of thousand, who really believed in it, it would have helped right now. We didn't have nobody like that. So it was okay, well, let's do what we have to do to make it work. And so if I can provide, like I said, you need 500 to go to, truck driving school, and you just somebody to believe in you. And sometimes that's all it takes is one person to just say, okay, you know what? I'm gonna pay that for you. You go, you got it. You go do it. And the person go on and have a whole trucking company for years. And I think if we all just had that one person, because like I said, that's all it takes sometimes. Just that one person to just believe in your dream. Because sometimes we think our dreams is, oh, that's just me. Oh, that's stupid. And it's not.
Minimizing our stuff again.
Yeah, we got to stop.
So, how do you choose the recipients or the people that you partner with? Like, what's the face for? What?
So that face is I'm still working on a team of people to do that, because if it was left up to me,
you want to help everybody and not get paid. Oh, Mr. Watson, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's not gonna let that keep happening. He's like, so yeah, it has to be a team of people, and we're still working on that team of people who's working towards who's going to take over that part. Because like I do have a big part, and like even when people do tell you their dream, because I want to help everybody, I'm like, oh, okay, well, let me just help. And like, no, you can't, and if we can't help you, let's put you in the direction of someone who can.
Right.
But it definitely will have to be a team of people that, like, so we're working on that now. I have a family member, and she works nonprofits, and that's what she does. And she's like, I'm gonna run that part because I know you.
Yeah, we need someone who can properly vet these people. Because you're just like, come on, baby, you the big mama. Come on, baby. Come on.
You want a new puppy? Okay, we're gonna pay for you to get that
puppy. It ain't no business plan necessary. You
want a puppy? Okay. And they like, no. So yeah. No, it, like I said, we're the foundation is new. We were gonna launch soon, but Corona, made us push it back a little bit. So but I did something that I hate to do. I asked for help this time.
You hate to ask for help. Right? Your whole business, the foundation, is based upon the fact that people are coming asking for help, and that you're helping.
Yeah. But I hate asking for help. So my good friend, my family member, my cousin, she said, let's look at it like this. Akisha is not asking for help. The foundation is asking for help. So the foundation is asking for help.
That perception shift, it'll do wonders.
Yeah.
Well, so help. What does Big Dream 12 Foundation need? What's going on?
Well, we're gonna need funding. We're gonna need sponsors. We're gonna need resources, just like the other dreamers. So, like I said, I have gotten with, like I said, family members and people who's now coming on board to help,
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to take over some things that I myself may not be, because even though I can do a lot, I can't do it all.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I like to think I can, and I'll spend months and weeks and say I'll figure it out, and I'm googling and I'm researching and I'm in encyclopedias on to figure it out myself. But I don't need any help when I do need help. So, um, yeah, yeah, I know. So I'm learning to, well, the foundation is learning to ask for help.
She said the foundation.
Y'all pray for me.
You
Now
know
with
what?
that at asking for help, that's that. The Lord is still working. Look, listen.
Oh, well, I
He's like,
want him to go ahead and prick that heart a little
woo,
bit harder then.
ooh,
Because,
look,
oh,
ooh,
yes, yes,
ooh,
ma'am.
ooh,
Yes, ma'am. Sound like he needs to uproot some things. I don't want to say the P word.
ooh,
Um,
ooh, ooh, okay.
I love you.
Mm,
I was out of love.
okay.
But here's my thing though. Because you have a heart to help people,
Yeah.
I believe he's going to bless you with what you need. You are what is called a conduit of blessing.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that you're willing to help these people, I'm sorry, Mr. Watson, without receiving payment, like your heart literally is done well by seeing other people's dreams come to fruition.
Yeah.
With a heart like that, you can't help but ask the Father for it and Him open the resources of heaven.
Yeah.
So I almost lost my train of thought, but I didn't. It's coming back to me. But it's all coming back to me. So I do you work okay, so you're helping people
Mm-hmm.
and you're assisting people in making their dreams come true. Right now on a smaller scale. But as you grow and as you get a hold of those partners and as you get a hold of those grants or whatever else or other sorts of resources that are coming your way, it's going to get bigger. So of course, Akisha can't put everything on her back and run with it. You're going to need like your resources will grow, your infrastructure will grow, the people, your partnerships will grow. Like
Yeah.
it's going to get it has to. And unless Mr. Watson
No, you're right. It's gonna have to grow because I think he's like, I'm done. No. He's like, look, my foot no more.
But I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it is definitely going. So, like I said, we're at the beginning stages
Yeah.
of this foundation. We're learning, and we're going as we're learning as we go. And I have, like I said, I'm willing to put all that pride or whatever aside for the bigger picture, and that is, like I say, to help others dreams, because like I said, I'm a firm believer that our dreams that we dream are for somebody else.
Yeah.
It's very
Blessed to
seldom
be a
that it's for
blessing.
us. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like he's, who am I holding back by not doing what I'm called to do or supposed to do? Somebody out there, supposed to do something big, and my foundation can possibly help them. But
Ain't no possibly.
oh, it's gonna
Definitely.
help them.
Yes. Is
It's
this a 501c? Am I saying that right?
yes, yes,
501c3.
not promise, yes, and that's the process in itself. Woo.
But
Listen,
that means that there are grants and stuff out there
right.
for yeah.
So, like I say, the way we'll raise money is through grants and through fundraising, and then we'll have events throughout the year that the money will go towards that, and then that's how we'll be able to offer the funding and pay for the resources and do all of that to
Yeah,
help people.
I
So,
love that. Well,
yeah,
the more you get closer, as you get closer to events, I want you to keep We Are Not So Different in mind because
okay,
I don't plan on leaving ESM radio anytime soon.
no, no,
So I will help with the spreading of the word.
okay,
You
thank
just
you.
a partnership. Hello. So let
Yes,
me tell y'all, this has absolutely nothing to do with what we're talking about, but I'm going to share anyway. So, as you know, I wrote a book.
she did.
Wrote a book. It's called Daily Devotions from the Heart of an Encourager. It's at the printer as we speak. I'll be working on some pre-orders in the very near future, but I digress. I wrote the book and I was like, hey, so I heard that you do proofreading. So she's like, well, yeah, I'll look over it and I'll read it and I'm like, it's called editing. What you doing? It's called editing. I was like, well, what are your charges? What are you? Well, usually I just. I'm sorry. Does Mr. Watson know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she was like, well, usually, I may not charge. I'm like, really? Like you have to
You
charge.
forced me to charge
I
you.
did because I was like, I want you to take that back. I want you to go home, pray about it, talk to your hubby. Because I feel like if you're performing a service, then you should reap the benefit of said transaction as a form of payment. She wasn't going to charge me, y'all. And I know I probably sound stupid, like, well, why didn't you just let her do it for free? Because it's a
And she would
business.
not take no. I
I
was like,
wouldn't. I said, go back and ask
hey,
God
I'm
about
trying to
that,
give it
and
to you for free. She
then
was
come to
like,
me.
no. Who turns out free stuff?
But that's really her heart. I say that only to accent what she's saying is absolutely true. She's got her heart of gold, and she literally wants to see people do better. Literally wants to see people's dreams come to fruition at her own expense. I'm sorry, Mister.
Yeah.
God bless you,
And
though.
then you got me because you said, I want you to go and pray about it and then talk to your husband about it. I was like, now she already know what he gonna say.
God,
I was
look.
like, this ain't she playing. I was like, okay. And I went in the room and I said, I talked to Andrea. I said, she's writing a book. I said, she wants me to, and I did this, and she just wants me to read over it.
See, try to
I was like,
minimize.
she just want me to go through it. And he was like, okay. And I was like, and can you believe she making me give her a price? He was like, what are you going to charge? I was like, I really don't know. And he was like, okay. And he's technical because he's a businessman. He worked in retail. And he's like, well, how many hours? And he had the whiteboard that he has at home with the.
I love it.
He does. And he's like, how many hours divided by you carry the one and enter? And I was like, I hate math and I work in finance.
Yeah,
but I hate math. I do.
She didn't mean it.
Oh, right. No, I love y'all. Thank you for employing me through this corona too. Thank you all.
Yes.
But yes, he had the whiteboard. He was like, well, if it takes this amount of hours divided by this and this, and I was like, I'm just reading over the book for. I'm not working at like an editor. And he was like, no, that's what it does. And he's like pulling up, and this is the going rate. And I'm like, dude, it's Andrea. She's just a dream. I can't charge a dreamer. And he's like, okay, well, charge this amount. And I was like, fine. And I still didn't do it.
You, Keisha! Oh, he know now. Oh, Keisha! Oh no!
Oh God! I was like, well, subtract that 4 that you carried, and we're gonna charge that.
Oh my
and
gosh.
I tried to. It was so funny. I tried, but that's me with everybody. I listen when I tell you, even people who's gotten married, they'll come to me and they're like, I don't have a lot of money. I want to have this wedding because I want to marry the love of my life. And I'm like, oh, I remember I got married young time. I was like, I was 20. We didn't have any money. I know the feeling. I'll plan your wedding for free. And then they're spending like 18,000 for the bar and the unlimited drinks. And I'm like, don't you didn't have no money. I was like, wait, don't you didn't have any money? Wait, how you 2,000 for the flowers? You said you was broke. The cake costs what? And I see everything because I was
yes.
And I'm like, they paid. And my husband's like,
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I told you so. But yeah, Andrea did all that with this book, and I proofread it since that's what I edited the book.
That's what she did.
And the book, y'all blessed me. So so that's why I didn't want to charge because that was my payment, the blessing. And can I say about the prayers? Can I say?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So in the book, Andrea has these prayers. I grew up in church all my life, y'all. I'm a Christian. Grew up in church all my life. I worked with books in the bookstore, seen a whole lot of books, and I know what devotionals are. However, when I read Andrea's, I told her, I said, the prayers were not just something that she wrote down. So when people write in a book, generally it's something that they've taken from a sermon or something that they're, talked about, and they take it, the editor takes it and puts it into book form. I was like, no. She literally was praying, like for real praying when she wrote these prayers. I'm like, this lady for real. I was like, that was a blessing. And you could feel, I had never met you. You could feel the prayers off the pages. Kid you not. I'm not one of those people. Let me tell you, I am very blunt and honest. A little too honest sometimes. Back to that 6-year-old Keisha that I gotta know why. Never met Andrea, but I could feel the prayers, and I was like, she's for real. I was like, she's not just writing prayers. She's actually praying, and you can hear the prayer and feel the prayers. And I was like, that was hard to edit because I was like, I don't want to touch that because that was the sincere part. I was like, no, those are her prayer. Like that's her cry to God. That's her really talking to God. And that part was really hard for me to edit. And I was like, and it was here's the crazy thing. I told you, I said there were minimal mistakes because those were your words to God. And when I tell you, I just got to chill. Seriously, I remember those prayers, and I'm about a book, although I still go back. I'm about a book when it's ready, but I because sometimes people I've always heard people say I don't know how to pray, and I'm like prayer is just talking to God.
Yeah.
It's just like me, you and I are talking. That's
Mm-hmm.
what prayers and reading your prayers. I'm like yeah, that's what I'm feeling. Yeah. Yeah, Lord, you know my heart. Okay, Andrea wrote it right here. So when the book come out, listen, get you a copy, get your mama a copy,
Oh
get your
yeah.
sister a copy,
Okay.
get your auntie a copy because it's not just your everyday book. It's not your everyday devotional, and I want her to realize that he's giving you something with this. He really has.
Mm.
And with what we're going through, we need those prayers. We need
Oh,
that. We need that time with God because Rona got everybody out here going look cuckoo. So
Rona.
Rona,
Mm.
look,
Well, thank you for that. I
Rona.
really appreciate. I did. Yeah. I gave it to my husband, who's yet to read it. I love you. I love you. So,
You better read that book.
okay. So everyone has a moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they say, a song will drag you back to a point in time where you were. So you said this has been in the works for a good 10 years.
Mm.
Do you have like a song or a time period of something where you're like, this is when I knew that this is going to be, this is going to do it. This is going to be it.
Yes,
Okay.
I do. I was at home in the kitchen, washing dishes. Don't ask me why I'm washing dishes. I have two teenage kids at home, but that's that doing everything myself. I was at home washing dishes, and I was standing at the sink, and I was talking to God. Just regular day, just standing there, like, okay, what if the people I love the most were being held hostage? Mm-hmm.
Wow.
By gunmen, and the only way to get them free if I was to do this Dream Big Foundation. Yeah, because so many times everything gets in the way. Oh, the kids, oh, the husband, oh, the job. I don't have the time, or the sickness and the finances isn't right. Everything gets in the way. But when you're desperate,
Mm.
your baby's being held hostage. That man you love being held hostage, and the only way to get them free, if the hostage taker said, "I'll free them if you do what God called you to do."
Wow.
If you do this Dream Big Foundation, if you put in the work to get the 501c3 organization going, if you go talk to the lawyers and you talk to the people and you get all the name, you get the website, you get all this stuff together, I'll let them go. Would you do it?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. And look, I'm doing it. And that was my moment. That was my, as Oprah say, my aha moment. Yeah. I had to get desperate. I had to get to that situation that nothing could stop me because these people are dependent on it. The people I love the most, the people that's being held hostage,
Mm.
they want to be free.
And I do like that because it's a metaphor, but at the same time, it's like for real because watching mommy or watching wifey step into the destiny in which God has prepared for her, it frees them to know if mommy can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
Frees hubby to be like, man, I got a down chick. And she gonna go get it.
Okay.
So it frees them. It opens up so many possibilities, opens up so many doors. It's free. I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing because I feel like that was very personal.
It was, and it was the oldest daughter, Destiny. After that, she said, "I think you should go ahead with your dream big thing, mom." And I was like, "What?" She's like, "I think you should go ahead with it." She's like, "Because so many people need it. Somebody needs to see those dreams come to pass."
Yeah.
She's like, "They just need that encouragement." I was like, "Shut up, little Keisha." Because that's me. That was me. That was that person that said just those few words, and I was like, I knew she was right because I just had that aha moment in the kitchen. I was like, I know you're right, but I want to watch TV. I want to lay on the couch. I want to, eat ice cream. I don't want to put in the work.
Wow.
But that aha moment that, you know, what if they're being held hostage? What I'm supposed to do is holding them back, because them seeing me take that step may be her to take that step to go ahead and go into
Yeah.
real estate to pick up that book. She might not have picked up the book about the real estate or the knocking down the wall had I not taken that first step.
I
So
love
they,
it.
like you said, they've seen me taking that step. It's like, let me take that step. Even Mr. Watson in his business, he's like, you know what? Let me reach out and do a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because I was comfortable here, but now I'm gonna kick it up a notch. Because in my desperate moment, in my hostage situation, I dreamed big, y'all.
And look at you changing generations
Ah,
for the future. Look at this. I love it. I love it. So, what's next for Dream Big 12 Foundation?
Woo!
You mentioned that you had a project, but it got delayed because old Rona out here running rampant in these streets.
Rona.
So, what's coming up for Dream Big 1224 Foundation?
So, drum roll. So, on April 11th, we were going to launch the foundation. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And Corona was like, no, you're not. Corona was like, nope, not. That was another thing that, the first, so, okay, here we go again. I told Mr. Watson, okay, I'm gonna do the launch, and I'm gonna do the luncheon, and in this luncheon, I'm gonna honor individuals who have taken the necessary steps to follow those dreams. And I came with all these wonderful people who may not be quote unquote known to the world yet, but people that I've sat back and I've studied and I've watched and I've seen them follow their dreams. I've seen them working hard, working a 9 to 5 on the weekends, doing their passion and staying up late and doing this and that, doing that. And I've seen that, and I'm like, I want to honor them. I want to let them know I see you. Others see you. We see you, boo. You cute. We see you. Others see you, and we see you. And I want to honor you. And they're like, why me? I haven't done anything. And I'm like, no, you had. Look at me telling them. I just caught it right there. Look at me. And I'm like, no, you have. And I want to honor you. And I'm honor you on now August 8th.
August 8th.
August 8th.
All right.
August 8th is the launch. It's a free event.
You know we like free stuff.
I don't.
This Mr. Watson.
Mr. Watson said that it should have been a ticket in the fair, but it's the launch and it's the first one, and I'm gonna do it for free.
Okay.
And the next one next year is gonna be a charge, y'all. So y'all better come to the free one. Come to the but it's gonna be a free one this time.
Okay.
He's probably like, but it's gonna be a free one because I'm launching. I want you to see what we're doing, and I want to get it out there, who we are, what we're doing, and let you know we're gonna honor. I think it's 8 or 9 individual, 2 couples, 3 women and 3 men who not only dreamed big but took the necessary steps to follow those dreams. And we're going to honor them, and we're going to tell you more about the foundation and all that good stuff, and just celebrate them and award them and give them courage to keep on dreaming. They may not be at Bill Gates status yet, but no, Bill Gates started.
He started. Yes, so
ma'am. I want to encourage them and push them and give them out, and I want them to tell their story to other dreamers in the audience, to let them know, look, this is where I started. This is who I am, and this is where I plan to be. So that's what's next for.
All right. Come on through Dream Big 1224 Foundation.
Come on.
So we're wrapping up because we got a few minutes. Before I go, I want you to tell people where you can be found, whether it's websites, social media, whatever. Take this opportunity to shamelessly plug yourself.
What? Generally, I can be found at home on the couch. No. I am. Look, but no, seriously. You can follow me on social media on Instagram. My @name is Akisha Renee, AKISHARENEE, and Facebook under my name Akisha Watson. The website is in the making, so stay tuned for that. Other than that, I am a goofball. I tell it like it is. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook. You're gonna see not only Keisha, but you're going to see Mr. Watson that I keep talking about. No, he's going to say, why you kept mentioning me?
Because that's
my babe. That's babe. So you'll see all of that. You'll see the girls. I give quotes. I, give all that good stuff. But it's just me. I'm Keisha at the end of the day.
She just Keisha.
And I'm a dreamer. I dream big.
And we love it.
We love it.
Thank you so much for coming to spend your morning with us.
Thank
We really
you.
appreciate your passion, really appreciate your vision. And I just know God has big things in store for you. You can't have a heart like his and not do big things. I
Yeah.
believe that wholeheartedly. Well, guys, it's the end of the show, and I'm kind of sad because now I have to go back home to the self quarantine. And but it's okay. Don't fret. I will see you guys next week here on 89.9 FM ESM Radio. God bless.
God bless. That